Georgia. $100x NVIDIA.
Good afternoon, DeSci lovers, DeSci shillers, welcome all. Today the portfolio is up 8.88%. This is an exciting day for all crypto lovers, especially altcoin lovers. I'm very excited. We're going to keep the live stream relatively short, but the portfolio today, being up 8.8%, is being driven by none other than Axon DAO. Now, there's a lot of cool things in the work for Axon DAO, and we'll touch on all of them, but a lot of the hype has to do with a potential partnership with NVIDIA or something along those lines. I just saw Jolly Green Investor post a video about 100x NVIDIA crypto pump talking exclusively about Axon DAO, and I'm assuming a couple other picks that are moving in tandem with NVIDIA because NVIDIA is heavily involved in the crypto space. But today we're going to go through the portfolio. We'll talk about a little bit of the DeSci update. I welcome you guys into the live stream because it is a newer crew here today. I just shilled out on X the DeSci Shillers Telegram link. So hopefully some of you guys are joining in to watch for the first time. Very exciting. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Dawn, or I should say good afternoon. Just consented to AI plus voice on browser. You know if they have an iOS app. I do not know yet. I should go asking. I just put up a bunch of sound panels around the room and they're all one by one falling off, which is quite disappointing, but hopefully it dampens a little bit of the echoing because I know there is some echoing with this mic. I'm just in a big empty room here. So let's go through the portfolio. Right now, we got Axon DAO up 27.69%. They make up the largest holding in the portfolio at 17%, followed closely by Dynex, which is up 2.5%, Jupiter Swap up 4.5%, Noble Blocks, baby, up 7%. Let's go, Noble! I cannot wait until this gets to $1. The day Noble Blocks gets to $1 is the day the entire portfolio challenge is over, because the goal is to take $500 and turn it into 50,000 to 100,000, enough money to buy a house, right? The down payment for a house at least. And I know it'll be a little shitty house, but we'll see what kind of creative financing I can open up with this kind of stuff. But we started with $500. Noble Blocks alone has 50,000 tokens in this portfolio. So if we can get it to $1, which I do think will happen this cycle, meaning within the next 11 or 12 months, that means Noble Blocks alone will get the portfolio to that $50,000 threshold. Caspa's up 6.38%, TARS AI up 1%, ICP up 5.8%. Then we got a few of the stragglers. We got Research Coin, Landwolf, Genomes DAO, the stablecoin that is USDC, which I keep DCAing into, and Data Lake up 3.62%. So that makes up the whole portfolio. The rest of it are old positions that we used to have, which I've sold out of. And this portfolio is a little bit unique compared to other people's challenges because I am DCAing into the portfolio challenge through USDC. So every single week I add 1% of the portfolio's value into stablecoins so I can go shopping when we have moments like what we just went through this last Bitcoin pullback. This last Bitcoin pullback was pretty substantial at just under 20%. We're starting to rebound a little bit, but I don't know that it's over. In fact, I think for the rest of this month, we're going to come down and test this blue trend line I have drawn somewhere in the 40,000s again. I think we'll revisit this wick, unfortunately, but it's just opportunity. You just kind of have to sit tight on some of your bags. Maybe you can trade in and out, but you always run the risk of mistiming your re-entry into the markets. So you want to have your long-term portfolio, which this is for me, and you want to have your trading portfolio, which I've blown on meme coins. Someone send help, please. But the long-term portfolio is still doing well. I know it's down dramatically from that peak around $6,800, but that is because we're mostly DeSci heavy in this portfolio, and DeSci took quite the hit. I do have some updates for DeSci, but if you guys have questions about the portfolio challenge as it currently stands, I don't have enough cash right now to go shopping anymore. So the newer positions are TARS and Dynex, which I added some substantial money into the two of them. I think Dynex is one of the easiest plays in the entire market right now. And so not having a position in it, I feel like is going to be goofy for me. It's a $30 million market cap. It's not partnered with NVIDIA, it's competing with NVIDIA, and it's doing a damn good job when it comes to the quantum computer cloud infrastructure. So it's a DPIN, DeSci narrative play. It's only competing with NVIDIA on a very small scale. One of the other coins is TARS AI, which is one of the only AI infrastructure plays on top of Solana. So Solana is the meme coin chain, yes, but that means people are going to be taking profits from meme coins. When they get sick of it, they're going to have all this Solana. They're going to want to put it in real utility coins. At least that's the thesis. TARS is partnered with the Solana Foundation and is in the Google Accelerator program for AI. So I think it is a slam dunk, especially at this $13 million market cap. I think it's goofy again for me not to have it in the portfolio. So those are my two recent additions into this. Hopefully we get out of the hole on both of them because I bought in a little bit too early before this most recent crash. So we're down 35% on Dynex and 17% on TARS. Ultimately, at the end of the cycle, I don't think we'll be looking at 30-cent positions in Dynex, so I don't think it's going to matter. I think we'll be up closer to that $10 threshold. And low-key, same with Axon. Axon's sitting at 13 cents, and one of the things I wanted to point out to you guys on this is we have been in a downtrend since they went to the NVIDIA Summit back in March. And we continuously got rejected by this trend line that we have drawn here. I recently drew the trend line because I was looking for the breakout as to why it might have pumped like that. We had a little bit of a breakout back in August and then a retest of the trend line twice. So I know you guys see that. So we got one retest, two retests. This second retest was at the exact same moment in which it was retesting this support down here. So it kind of makes sense for a little bit of a pump, especially given the exciting news that is circulating their Discord and their Telegram stating that they're looking for an investment from NVIDIA. Now, people came into my Telegram, my Discord, talking about it, stating that because, well, my communities, my groups are the aggregate of information when it comes to DeSci. So we have little foot soldiers out everywhere, and those investors are on the prowl looking for information to help us have that edge in the market, which is a perfect dynamic. If you're not in those groups, there's a link in the description. As you go down to the description, please hit the thumbs up button on this video. It means a lot to me. We're live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for when I'm sick yesterday, and I'm cutting the live a little bit short today because I'm still fairly sick and this is hurting my voice talking like this. But nonetheless, we saw that people were talking about $20 million coming into the project. Now, I don't think personally that this $20 million will go into the token, especially given the market cap being only about 13 to 15 million. This is the fully diluted, but it's not accurate to the circulating, and we only pay attention to the circulating market caps because that's what price is dictated off of. The circulating is closer to 20 million, 15 million. And I don't think that NVIDIA, if they invest in Axon, is going to put $20 million into the coin. Rather, they'd probably buy 10% of Axon's company, 20% of the company, and invest that way and own 20% for 20 million and have a valuation of something, what is that? Well, 10% for 20 million would be a $200 million company. So a $100 million company with a 20% ownership given to NVIDIA for $20 million. That's what my guess would be. But I am just speculating just like the rest of you guys. I just think it's more reasonable than seeing a limit order come in or a market buy for $20 million. Nonetheless, it's exciting because then what happens is Axon gets $20 million of play money to go invest into other research and kind of accelerate the potential that they have as a DAO. So very, very exciting. I'm super thrilled to see this thing finally start taking off. I was hoping we'd get that entry down at 7 cents, but if we don't get it, oh no, so be it. That's why you always got a moon bag. My boy always bringing the great content. Let's go, Johnny. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the hype. You know how when you're sick, you just feel gross and like kind of sweaty and just like you don't feel good, hence being sick? I feel like a pure blob right now. I'm kind of sticky sweaty. And so I don't know that you guys can smell me through the camera, but if you could, you probably wouldn't be watching the live. So thank God we don't have that submersive or immersive viewing experience quite yet. You guys don't need to put up with this. Good morning, Legend. Good morning, Zach. Just came off having the flu. It's brutal out here right now. It's actually pretty brutal. This is like, it might be COVID, honestly, because it's got a nice nasally congestion thing. I don't know. We'll see. Steve the Canadian, welcome in. Smash that like button. Hell yeah, appreciate that. As far as the rest of the positions in the portfolio, like I've gone over them so many times, but for anyone who's new, Dynex I've already gone over, Axon I went over, Jupiter Swap is literally just beta on top of Solana. If Solana does well, the leading DEX on Solana will do well, and so we bought Jupiter quite a long time ago. Let's go look at the transactions. We bought it back in February for 50 cents, so I'm just hanging on tight to this thing. I think it'll do better than Solana, and I think Solana's going to do pretty damn good, so it's beta play. Noble Blocks I'm an advisor for. They are very similar to Research Coin, except they are fully censorship resistant when it comes to publishing scientific articles, preprints, all the fun stuff that people talk about in the world of academia. They're built on top of ICP, but it's an ERC20 token, so they're utilizing the CK tech. Eventually, once they can finally get the grant approved to be allowed access into it, we'll see what comes from that. I'm still excited on Noble. Caspa, you guys know Caspa. Everyone's talking about Caspa now. We started talking about Caspa before it was cool to talk about Caspa, but now everyone be talking about Caspa. I've done a lot of transactions. The first one that we had, the first time I called it out was down at 1.5 cents. I bought in at 2 cents. I took some profits. I added some more. So we're riding a free position out when it comes to Caspa. I think it's going to do good, but it's a huge cap coin, so it can only do so good. TAR's already talked about. ICP, I'm bullish as hell on ICP. There's a lot of DeFi infrastructure being built out, and word on the street is that the foundation is now taking a liking towards DeFi instead of decentralized social. So they funded millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars into decentralized social media projects built on top of ICP, and that's pretty much just a giant grift. Nobody's using those platforms, but everyone is using DeFi, and now word on the street is they're starting to turn towards DeFi as the next piece of infrastructure to build out the chain. So while I'm holding ICP at a cost basis of $4, just a little bragging rights there, I do think we'll see a lot of expansion into the DeFi ecosystem on ICP. Hence, I have positions in Alpaca and MCS, and I am now, as of late, an advisor towards KongSwap, which is going to be a DEX, a multi-chain aggregate DEX, but for now they're starting on ICP, and they're just trying to make the whole user experience as simplified as possible. I'm super excited to see what kind of collaborations can happen. Research Coin, Brian Armstrong's project. Do I have to say any more? Landwolf was my dabbling into meme coins, and I just should have never entered into it in the portfolio. I went way too heavy, and I'm just holding this to zero if it goes to zero, or if it doesn't go to zero, we make money on the meme coin. Genomes DAO, a DeSci play, competing with 23andMe, only a million times better, and you get to actually own your data and get paid for contributing to the research. Super bullish on it. Stablecoin, so I can DCA. And Data Lake. Data Lake is literally in partnership with the EU and the government of Poland to help propel the access to healthcare data sets and everything. Data Lake is a killer of a play. They launched their own L1 when it comes to DeSci, so we're holding on to that for the long term, especially considering we called Data Lake out back in like November last year, maybe even June of last year, at $140,000 market cap. And so I kind of want to just ride it as long as possible to see the percent gains we can get from something like this. I know it's come down quite drastically, but it's still up quite drastically from when we first started talking about it. So are you crazy? I am. Let's go. Are you watching the debate tonight? Of course, Zach, of course. I read those backwards, so it sounded a little bit sus, but the debate's going to be crazy, guys. The debate's going to be actually insane, and I don't think Kamala stands a chance at it. This will be the little rounding out thing. If you guys have questions for me, hit them now. One more piece of data that you should know is that September 22nd, the proposed last day to claim the bio airdrop. So if you've not gone and claimed your bio airdrop, most of you guys probably have some airdrop waiting for you here. So connect your wallet that you've been using to participate in the bio ecosystem. That is the Hair DAOs, the Vita DAOs, the Athena DAOs, the Cryo DAOs, the Psy DAOs. I know Psy DAO is a little bit of a sore subject for some of you guys. All those DAOs in that family, Valley DAO. What else is left in that one? If you've been partaking at all in their ecosystem, connect your wallet, just see if you got any free tokens. I think Elon was, somebody posted about the debate that's coming up tonight for Kamala and Trump, basically stating that you guys have seen all that talk about the Haitians in Ohio eating people's pets. I know it's kind of obscure and I'll probably get my entire thing taken down if I continue down this path, but some reported stories of that happening. Many reported pictures of them with seagulls and different geese that they're catching to eat. And anytime, I saw this stat earlier today when I was scrolling X, anytime a presidential candidate gets associated with hurting people's pets, it's a guaranteed L for them. And so probably pretty bullish for Trump on this scenario because she's being connected to this idea that immigrants are ravaging people's pets, which is pretty vile. I'm going to remain commentless on it because some people are saying it's not true. So go do your own little research into it. Nonetheless, I think we very explicitly know that Trump's going to be better for our bags. Now, that is a single issue. Yeah, see, look at this. That's funny. Oh no, all my pads are falling off the walls. A single issue voter is kind of a dumb voting stance to have, but in the context of our bags, Trump would be much better. Both of them are going to print money because we're on the brink of a recession, as we talked about in the last live stream on Friday and Thursday. So no matter who wins, two wings of the same bird, they're going to print money, debase the currency. Bitcoin's going to become more valuable. Crypto will become more valuable. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this live stream. I know it's quick, but again, I'm trying to save my voice and just recover from everything. So I will be in the Discord and the Telegram chatting away with you guys. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. A quick summary of the portfolio challenge. We are a far cry from $100,000, but don't you worry. We will get there. It's going to be a glorious ride, and I hope you guys are along for it. Peace.